Rita, I won't be having dinner with you tonight.
Wait, what? Why? Did you get invited to a drinking party with the guys or something?
No, it's nothing like that. My mom said I could go over to her place for dinner tonight. She said she's gonna make all my favorite foods. I can hardly say no. I'm gonna go.
But I already made a bunch of stuff. You told me you wanted beef stew last night. I've had it simmering in the pot all day. I went out and bought so many fresh ingredients for this.
Sorry, but it's beef stew. I'll still be able to eat it tomorrow, right? Just wrap mine up and leave it in the fridge. I'll eat it, I promise. By the sounds of it, Mom already prepared a bunch of stuff for me too. A real banquet. It'd be a waste not to go. I'll be home later today after stopping by at her place for a bit.
Hasn't this kind of thing been happening a little too often lately? Not only that, but it's so sudden. I wish you'd think of me more sometimes. Oliver, you wouldn't think I was your wife.
Are you saying I should refuse my mom's invitation?
Not at all. I don't want you to have to do that, but you could at least ask her to give you a little more time of a heads up so it wouldn't mess up our plans. Surely that's not asking a lot.
Okay, I'll tell her when I see her today. Happy now? Really though, it's not like my mom invites me over for dinner out of malice. Why do you have to get so grumpy all the time? You make me feel like I'm walking on eggshells.
I don't think I'm grumpy at all. Hey, you wouldn't have happened to tell her I was making you beef stew today, would you?
Let me think. Actually, I might have mentioned it in passing when she called me last night. Beef stew for dinner tomorrow!
I knew it!
Knew what?
That's why she invited you over for dinner today.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Because she knew I was making you beef stew. I think she might have intentionally invited you over for dinner because she knew I was making you beef stew.
No way, that's just crazy talk. You're so overthinking this.
But she did know, didn't she? That I was going to be making your favorite food? Don't you think it's a little strange that she'd go out of her way to invite you over despite knowing full well I was cooking for you?
Don't you think it's far more likely she just forgot? Why would she remember every minute detail of our conversations down to what I'm having for dinner tomorrow? She can barely remember what time her favorite TV shows are on these days. I think you're being a little extreme here, Rita.
The only reason I'm saying it is because it makes perfect sense. If it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, you know.
No way. Could it be? Rita, do you view my mom as a rival?
What?
Are you worried she's gonna take me away from you or something?
Are you saying I'm being extreme? That's the biggest load of nonsense I've heard. I want your mom to like me. Why would I think of her like that? I just think it's weird how this kind of thing keeps happening all the time. I could chalk once or twice down to coincidence, but it's like it's every week these days.
You can't live your life looking for malice and ill will and meaningless coincidences, Rita. Can't you try being a little more carefree? It'll be better for us all that way.
But just like last time, she knew full well I was making beef stew again today. She's always been so hard on me.
Never seems that way to me. She's always so bright and cheerful whenever I see her.
That's only when you're looking. With me, she's different.
Come on, babe. Surely you realize it's all in your head. Please, try letting go of whatever this is. Try taking some deep breaths and looking at things more logically. You'll worry yourself into an early grave with this kind of attitude. I'll eat the beef stew tomorrow. Okay? That'll make you happy, won't it?
Fine, but you really had better eat it tomorrow. I made it for you because I wanted to make you happy, you know.
I know, babe. I'm sorry. I'll let my mom know there's no way I can go over tomorrow. I'm gonna head back to work now.
Okay, honey. I hope it's going well at the office. Oliver, I just had a phone call from your mom. She told me about her birthday.
Yeah, I heard. She told you she wants you to help out with some things, right?
Yes.
That woman's just full of wild ideas. I can't believe what she came up with. I mean, renting out an entire restaurant for her 60th? Can you believe it? No one but my mom would do that. Not only that, but to think she's seeing to all the preparations herself and treating us to a party on her own birthday.
I'll be helping her through.
Oh, come on, what's the problem? If anything, it just goes to show how highly she thinks of you. You must be really trusted. Besides, you're the youngest in our whole family. It'll be genuine help to have you around. Why not use this as an opportunity to get to know each other a little better? You'll finally see how great she is. I just know it.
Oliver, do you seriously not remember anything I said to you?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I told you your mom hates me.
Yeah, about that. I've been thinking, and I decided it makes no sense. You're making such a huge misunderstanding. You have to be. I told you this before, but you're overthinking things. Honestly, it's worrying me now. Seems more like paranoia.
Okay, if I'm paranoid, why is it that every time we go to her place for dinner, she serves me up old, rotten food?
It's probably by accident. She can be forgetful sometimes. Or, rather, are you sure you're not just imagining it?
I'm not imagining anything. Anyone could see how off the colors are. Not only that, but she always heats up everyone else's side dishes. Mine are always the only ones that are cold.
Come on, babe. Surely she just puts yours out first.
No, it's intentional. I know it is. Fine, what about the holiday? You all went on a family holiday straight after we got married, and I was the only one who wasn't invited. If I'm paranoid, why was that?
Oh, that? My mom was just probably being tactful. She probably thought you'd be uncomfortable going on holiday with a bunch of strangers you'd never met. She did it for you, Rita, I'm sure of it.
I mean, it's not impossible, but if that's the case, why did she ask me to get all the weeds out of her garden, water the plants, and feed the cats while you guys were away on holiday? Not only that, but she asked me to clean the house too.
I think she just wanted to help you get familiar with the place. It'd be awkward for you if you felt like a guest every time you went over, right? Because she's so thoughtful, she realized that and tried to do something to make you feel more comfortable. My mom is the best. Can't you see how hard she works to make you feel welcome as a member of the family? I gotta admit, babe, it's kind of confusing me that you're interpreting her kindness as, what, ill will? Harassment? Jeez.
Why won't you believe a word I say?
It's not that I don't believe you. We just disagree. Listening to the way you speak about my mom, it's like you're dead set on her being this sinister cartoon villain, plotting to make your life difficult at every opportunity.
And you're dead set on me being some kind of paranoid neurotic lunatic in the grips of a crazy misunderstanding.
Fine. Where's the proof my mom is harassing you?
How do you even prove something like that? She only ever says things to me when we're alone.
You message each other too, right? Surely if she hates you that much, there must be something suggesting as much in her messages. Is there anything at all?
No, we only message each other for essential communications.
What a surprise. It's just like I thought. There's nothing, is there? Not a shred of evidence. Yep, you're making a misunderstanding.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must have forgotten my 500-page dossier on what a horrible bully she is. Get real, Oliver. It's unreasonable of you to just demand proof like that. Please, will you try and remember everything she's done so far and rethink this?
I already thought about it. Rethunk it and rethunk it again. I'm looking at the situation through an objective lens and reaching my conclusion based on facts and logic. How about you rethink it yourself? How do you think you constantly bad-mouthing my mom makes me feel? I wish you'd be a little kinder to her. She gave birth to me, you know? She raised me.
I've had enough. Fine.
What does that mean? Why do you have to lose your temper? Can we just discuss this like adults?
I'm not even mad. I've decided I'm just gonna go along with whatever you say. Arguing my case is pointless because you just interrupt everything in favor of your precious mother, who can obviously do nothing wrong. We'll see if you change your tune after I gather some evidence.
My God, are you being real right now? Why do you have to make this into such a big deal?
Because you won't listen to a word I say. Do you think I don't want me and your mom to get along? I'd love for us to be on good terms. I really would. But sometimes things just aren't possible.
I don't expect you to be best pals, but I would at least like it if you didn't make hurtful accusation against her. I know my mom, and I know she's not the kind of person to bully her own daughter-in-law. Well, you don't listen to a word I say either. I feel like I'm talking to a brick wall. I hope you're not gonna be in this foul mood when I get home tonight. Rita, are you okay? I heard you broke something.
I'm okay. No, I'm not okay. It looks like I'm gonna be in the hospital for a little while.
Oh my God! Seriously?
Yes, I have an operation tomorrow, and they said I'd have to stay for 2 weeks to recover after that.
I see. I can't believe it. I wouldn't have seen this coming in a million years. I heard you fell off the stepladder while helping Mom with the preparations for her birthday party.
What?
That's what Mom told me. Is that not what happened? Oh yeah. She's beside herself with worry about you. She told me to pass on her best wishes. She's broken up with guilt. She blames herself because you hurt yourself helping her out. She keeps saying how you would have never been there if not for her. She said she's gonna come see you in the hospital real soon.
No thanks, I'd rather she didn't. Pass that on to her for me and make sure she understands.
Don't say things like that! You were having a great time together today while getting ready for the party, weren't you? That's what she said. She said she felt like she was laughing and joking with her own daughter. I thought this would be just what the two of you needed.
Is that so? Interesting. Hey, Oliver, you're going to come and see me in the hospital when you get off work, aren't you? There's something I want to show you.
Huh? I can't make it today.
Why not?
Why not? Surely you understand why I can't go. It's my mom's birthday. I can't visit you today. Just get through this one day for me, okay, babe? I'll be right over tomorrow.
I have a broken leg.
You're in the hospital. What difference does it make if I'm there? They'll see to it you're properly fed and looked after. You do have your purse with your credit cards in, right?
That's not the point. Aren't you even a little bit worried about me?
It's my mom's birthday. She only gets one per year, you know. I'd feel horrible if I canceled on my aged mother at the last minute. What kind of son would that make me? Can you imagine what my mom's friends would think if her own son didn't show up to her birthday? She has her reputation to think about too. I told you I can't make it today. Please don't make me say it again. Will you just understand?
Oh, I see. So even with me lying in a hospital bed, you still prioritize your mom. I know where I stand now. I hope you're ready for what's coming.
Ready for what's coming? You're scaring me. All I'm doing is going to my mom's birthday party. Why you gotta be so dramatic? You were involved in the preparations for this, remember? It'd be a shame if all that hard work went to waste. Surely you want this party to be a hit.
Maybe your mom's birthday is important, but is it more important than your wife lying in a hospital bed with a broken leg? It's not like I'm asking you to come live in the hospital with me. I just wanted to see you. Even if just for a little while, that's all I wanted.
Like I said, babe, I'll be there tomorrow as soon as I can. I'm super busy with work today, and the boss wants me in for overtime, so I won't even be able to sneak away for a little while. I'll be in touch after Mom's party tomorrow, okay? Rita! Divorce? Is this a joke? What's going on? I just found some signed divorce papers in the mailbox.
They finally arrived then. Sign them, please. Make sure you talk to a lawyer as soon as possible. You're gonna have all sorts of legal proceedings to think about. Then there's the alimony, so you're probably gonna want to hire a professional for this.
Forget the money. I don't care about that. How about we talk about the divorce itself first? Why are you doing this? Am I somehow supposed to understand what's going on when a set of signed divorce papers randomly shows up in my mailbox? Did I do something wrong? Did I hurt you somehow?
Wow, do you seriously still not get it?
No way. Is it because I went to my mom's birthday party the day you broke your leg?
Oh, so you do understand.
No, but... Oh my god. You divorced me over that? Is that all our marriage is worth to you? Please, you have to rethink this.
That's just the tip of the iceberg. This is for everything you've done to me. Every time I tried speaking to you about the way your mom had been bullying and harassing me ever since we got married, you just dismissed me like I was some paranoid lunatic making a misunderstanding. You even made me doubt myself and my own mind. You made me feel worthless.
This again? Really? You admitted yourself you had no proof. I never saw her do anything bad to you, not even once. No bullying, no harassment, nothing.
Basically, you won't believe anything your own wife says unless I prove it.
No! I don't mean it like that.
But that's not what you said. Did you look at what was on the USB stick I put in the envelope with the divorce papers?
No, I was so shocked when I saw the papers I didn't even register it.
Look at it now.
Jeez, okay. I'll look at the USB. Please, let's just talk about this properly afterwards, okay? I love you, Rita. I really do love you. I want you to know that.
If you really love me, you'd hear me out instead of treating me like I was crazy.
But I did hear you out. I really tried to get to the bottom of what was going on. I asked my mom, whether she was bullying you. She said she had no idea what you were talking about. That's why I thought you must be making a misunderstanding.
Oh, you're quite happy to believe whatever your mom tells you then. And please, is there a single person on this planet who, when asked a question like that, would reply with, "Yes, guilty? I'm bullying my daughter-in-law"? Where did you go? You wouldn't happen to be watching the video now, would you?
Yes. What the heck is this? Did my mom really...
Yes, your mom really. She kicked the stepladder out from under me while I was putting up party decorations at the restaurant. Your mother broke my leg.
Oh my god. This can't be. Why? Why?
Why? Because she hates me. She's been bullying me ever since we got married, but you wouldn't believe a word I said until now. Well, the proof you wanted is right there on the USB. Are you satisfied now? I knew there was a good chance she'd be trying to pull something at the party, so I set up a hidden camera in the restaurant while I was putting up decorations. So, believe me now?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You think this goes away with an apology? Too little, too late.
My mom's been behaving disgracefully. I accept it. I finally accept it, please. But surely what's been going on with my mom and our divorce are two separate things.
It might look that way to you, but you made me feel like I was cracking up because of her. You wouldn't believe a word I said. All while swallowing whatever pack of lies she fed you hook, line, and sinker. You choosing to go to her birthday party instead of visiting me in a hospital with a broken leg was just the straw that broke the camel's back. I can't even spend my life with someone like you. To tell you the truth, I don't even know if I could bring myself to be in the same room as you.
Wait, please! Let's just talk this through! I didn't know, I swear! I didn't choose my mom over you! It's just that she had me fooled!
But that's not true, is it? You just didn't want to accept the possibility that what I was saying could have been true. So you buried your head in the sand like a coward. I told you countless times. I begged and pleaded with you to stop and actually consider what I was saying. Your cowardice put me in the hospital bed.
I'm so sorry! I made a huge mistake!
If you sincerely mean that, then prove it by signing the divorce papers and make it quick.
No, please! Anything but that! I can't bear the thought of losing you!
It's over, Oliver.
Please reconsider! My mom must have had her reasons for doing what she did! There has to be some kind of explanation, there just has to be! I'll mediate between you this time, and I won't let her lie about anything! Let's get to the bottom of this together!
Wow, you're unreal. Even now you jump to her defense like an obedient little lapdog. Was kicking the stepladder out from under me okay if she had her reasons? Was breaking my leg okay if she had her reasons?
No, no, no! I didn't mean it like that!
Oh, that's funny, because that's exactly what it sounded like. Oh yeah, I handed a copy of the recording over to the police and I'm filing charges.
What? The police?
An officer will probably be contacting her soon.
No, wait! Don't do it! You may not be on the best terms, but she's still your family! And this is crossing the line! Let's just talk this out over a coffee together and reach a resolution that works for everyone. The divorce, too. Let's just slow everything down here, okay?
This blind defense of your mother at every turn is exactly why I can't be with you anymore. Do you even have a mind of your own? You didn't seriously hear me out even once about how was she treating me since we got married. Instead, you tried making me think I was the problem, that I was crazy or paranoid or imagining things. Even now, while we discuss the end of our relationship, as I lie here in the hospital bed, you still jump to her defense with the same level of blind, unthinking obedience as before. This is why we're getting a divorce.
Fine. I'll cut her out of my life. We'll never speak again. Please, just rethink the divorce.
Stop repeating yourself. You're boring me now. Your mom isn't the one who hurt me the most. We could have stayed together happily even with her bullying me. All you had to do was defend me and have my back when I needed you. But you didn't, did you? You didn't even try. The divorce proceedings were finalized about 2 months later. Oliver continued to stubbornly insist he didn't want to divorce, but I said that if he'd agreed to go through with it, I was willing to settle with his mom over the stepladder incident out of court. With that, she started piling the pressure onto him, and he, being as spineless as ever, reluctantly agreed to it. By that point, I'd fully accept that he was completely incapable of disobeying his mother, so I didn't regret the divorce one bit. However, it seems like this whole episode actually made him start doubting whether she really was the kind, loving woman he had her built up as in his mind. Because to my surprise, apparently, he started ignoring her messages and calls after the divorce went through. Obviously, she wasn't going to take such insolence and disrespect lying down. I mean, can you believe it? Her own son having the nerve to think for himself for once? Her revenge campaign began with surprise visits to his house, followed by his office where security had to intervene, and generally causing him as many problems as she possibly could. As a result, Oliver's relationship with his mom deteriorated even further. Not that it's my problem, in a sense I think he was a victim in all of this too. But that doesn't mean I have to continue having anything to do with him. Between the alimony from the divorce and the compensation his mom agreed to pay out of court, I received a tidy sum of money I intend to put to use in starting my new life, which I'm currently planning out while waiting for my leg to heal. I'm hoping to find a new job before the end of the year. Most importantly, I also plan on mending my broken heart. Having to put together proof of my mother-in-law's misdeeds like that really took its toll on me emotionally. But when I think about how it resulted in me getting that wicked witch out of my life once and for all, I feel like maybe everything turned out in the best way possible. From here on out, I plan on spending as much time as possible with my family, friends, and loved ones, all while having zero tolerance for toxic people, being kind to myself, and enjoying life to the fullest.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Meg, thank you so much for the marriage presents. I loved the taste of that strawberry cake so much. I'll make sure to not eat it all in a day and share some with my husband.
That's not a present for you getting married. It can be anything but that.
Oh, is that so? I heard from your mom, though, that that's exactly what the cake was. She told me to think of it as a present from you congratulating us both.
Actually, just the other day, I went with my mom to a bakery and got that cake while we were there. And since we had bought a whole bunch of other baked goods and desserts, she asked me to send you guys the cake, and so I did. And actually, I don't really care that you ended up getting married to my brother.
Well, then I won't be calling it a present anymore, and we'll just say thank you for the cake.
You really are such a princess, aren't you? So kind and thoughtful of me and everyone else in my family. It's almost like you're being too kind and have something else on your mind that you're after.
But I was just being kind because you're my sister-in-law. I didn't mean anything else by that. We haven't spoken to one another much, and so my understanding was that until I got to know you all better, it would be safe to be as kind as possible and show you that I'm happy for being in the family.
That's right, you're not a real princess. Because I'm the actual princess. My dad is a business owner, and I was born into a very affluent family. Even this house that we live in is worth more than what most people can make in their lifetime. But in your case, your dad bought the house your parents live in 30 years ago, right?
That's right, but I'm not sure what that has to do with anything.
Well, my dad made sure that we were all raised in a house that had more than enough space that some days we'd never see one another. Far different from the two-room shack you grew up in. I haven't seen the house your parents have yet, but I can assure you I know that it's on the verge of collapsing because of how cheap it is.
I do think that the house is quite amazing that your family has. I'm sure that your family has been keeping that in great condition while continuing to keep the family company alive.
That's right. Compared to your family, we're like kings and queens here. Yeah, why does my family think of you as a princess and accepts you into this family even though your family is low class? They should consider someone of your class as a peasant.
I'm sorry that you think so poorly of my family. But we are getting married now, and your parents were the ones that said it'd be okay, especially considering they know me well.
Well, I don't say it's okay. And what do you mean they know you well enough?
Well, my dad and yours have known one another for a long time due to business.
I know that. So that means my dad let my brother marry you out of pity, right? But that's not fair because unlike us, you'll be the only one getting an upgrade in the marriage.
This isn't a marriage based off of anyone feeling pity for the other. We may have started going out together because our dads knew one another, but the both of us began to really love one another, and that turned into us choosing to get married.
What love? I know you're after more than just my brother's love.
What?
You want to become a part of this family so that you can get into our money, right? And that's why you plan to become my brother's wife now. You may have everyone else fooled, but I have my eyes wide open and can see everything you're trying to do.
I'm not hiding anything from your family, though.
You keep treating everyone like you're some kind of princess, and they buy it because you can fake being kind and caring. There is no person on this planet that can be as kind as you and make yourself out to be. You've got a face on, right?
Is there something wrong with me trying to be polite and respectful to everyone?
You sound like you should be part of the royal family with that kind of talk. Well, I can tell it's all a lie.
I'm sorry for that then. I didn't think that I was talking too politely with you guys.
It's not just that though. I know you're doing it on purpose for my family's money. I'm not buying it though.
Well, I'll try harder then to make sure that you can begin to trust me.
I never will though.
Now that I just remembered, do you think that you'll be going to your family gathering next month? I heard that everyone will be going back to your parents' house for an event.
Of course, I'll be going.
Then you and I will be able to meet one another. I'm looking forward to that day.
You're coming as well?
That's what's been planned for me at least.
This is a family gathering, yet you think you can come and join us as well?
Because I'm with your brother now, and am considered a part of your family.
Why do you think you're allowed to be a part of this family?
Because your brother is a part of your family, and he's chosen to be married to me.
That's not enough to make you a part of my family. I want you to know that you shouldn't even be getting married to him. Even talking to you right now is pissing me the heck off. For the time being, know that you are not allowed to come to my family's gathering. Chloe, what are you thinking? I told you not to come to my family's gathering. What is wrong with you coming here acting as though nothing could go wrong?
I'm sorry, but your mom was the one that invited me to be here, so there was no reason for me not to come today.
Where are you even going right now? Did you go take our dog on a walk or something for us?
Right now I'm at the bus station nearby. I was able to walk all the way here, and it was a perfect exercise. Your dog is a pretty decent size, and so he was able to keep up with me.
You came to your husband's parents' house, and you chose to walk the dog?
Well, I love dogs. At my parents' house, we have 3 very huge Great Danes.
I don't care about that.
And since everyone was just taking it easy after dinner, I thought it'd be nice to get out and take the dog on a walk for everyone. He's so cute, isn't he?
And here we go again with you acting like nothing could go wrong. Do you think you'll get my family's love today by being all loving and close to the dog? This cannot go on. I cannot let you continue to try and steal this family's money.
No, I'm just doing this because I love dogs and love going for walks. And it's been a long time since I've taken a dog on a walk with me.
I told you you wouldn't fool me, didn't I? I know the kind of person you really are. I have to protect this house and my family from you at all costs.
Protect them from what?
You. I'm going to get rid of you. Today is the family gathering after all. And a stranger should be nowhere near me and my family on a day like this.
But I had told you all about this before, right? I have married your brother and am a part of this family now. I am a literal part of this very family.
You are nothing but a stranger. So I'm going to have to get you out of here forever. I already took all your things that you brought along and threw them outside.
You did that with my things?
When you get back from that walk, you take all your things and go home.
Where did you put them all? There isn't a good spot to be putting all my things outside, right?
I just threw all your things into the mud and grass.
Just like that? It only just rained a little bit ago, so that mud is really nasty now, correct? And you just put all my things into that?
Ah, now that you say it, there was a lot of water still pooled up on the surface of the yard. I'm so sorry that all your things are drenched and muddy now.
Can you at least grab all my things and put them in a dry spot for me? That bag that I had all my things in was a present from my parents for the wedding and all. It's very, very important to me.
Is that so? Why not just get divorced then? If you can leave my brother, then there will be no importance attached to that bag anymore, right?
But if I just leave without telling anyone, everyone might begin to worry about why I went home all of a sudden.
Nobody gives a crap about you being here or not. If anything, you being gone will make everyone here much more happy. Everyone's just being nice to you now, so that you don't get upset with them. Now hurry up and go home, you loser.
I see. I fully understand how you see and feel about me now. I'll head back home all by myself now.
Thank God you finally understood me.
I'm sorry for any troubles I may have caused you in the past. Now, you and your family enjoy the rest of your time here at their house.
Hey, where the hell did you go?
What do you mean by where? I did as you said and went back home.
Wait, come back here now. Hurry up and come back here now.
But you told me to go back to my house, right, Meg? So I have no urge to come back to you guys now.
Well, forget about what I said earlier. If you don't come back here, I'll be in trouble.
And what are you talking about that requires me to come back there?
My family told me that if I can't get you to come back here soon, they're going to have me kicked out of this house. I kicked you out for the safety of my family, yet now they are so upset with me for no reason.
But what if you didn't kick me out for all of them? I'm sure that your dad said something to you, right?
He said that me kicking you out of here could ruin his business. I don't get what he meant by that, but why would you have anything to do with his company when my dad is the most powerful man?
Did you not know anything about this?
What are you talking about?
You have known about the relation my father has with yours, right?
I know a little bit. They know one another because of work, right? And as of right now, they both work together, right? I heard that the two of them do huge business together, but...
Well then, did you know that it's because of my father that your father has been able to continue to do well with his company? He's your father's primary investor.
Primary investor?
So you haven't understood what's going on between them at all.
You have always talked
Down about my family, but I had assumed you already knew of his position and everything and were still being rude to us.
Then what would happen if your dad happened to stop investing in my dad's company?
His company would fumble. And because that company is a huge part of your family, it would be a major loss to your dad and the whole family.
What?
My father and yours have been working hard to maintain the very important relationship that they have. And with me marrying your brother, the idea was that they would also have their relationship strengthened to continue doing great business together. But just to let you know, your brother and I getting married had nothing to do with our fathers. And even though it wasn't about them and their business, our father still saw the marriage as an important thing. It really improved the image of everyone when we did get married.
When you say image, my dad and his company's image has always been well respected, right?
And of course, my dad has always been a very well-respected investor. And that's why he was willing to invest in your father's company. But if my father happened to learn about you kicking me out of your house and perhaps your family, I think things would go extremely downhill for all of you.
Huh?
I come from a family where I've been sandwiched between both my brothers who've both picked on me plenty. But to my father, he sees me as his world because of that, and has always done his best to protect me over them because he knows my brothers can take care of themselves. So, if he were to hear about what you did to me today, he would most likely explode and take your family down.
And if that were to happen, what would happen to my dad's company? Don't tell me that your dad could make my dad's company go bankrupt.
Well, even I don't know what would really happen at that point. But because his company is huge and my father is very famous as an investor, I'm sure that it wouldn't be good for your father's reputation if my dad were to pull out.
You haven't told any of your family about this, right? Hurry up and come back here. I want you to come back so that I don't have to be kicked out.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm already gone.
Wait, but you're not home yet, right?
No, but soon.
Thank goodness. That means you can turn around and get back here soon.
No, I'm almost to my parents' house now.
Why are you going there?
Well, because something like this has happened to me. And you asked that I divorce my husband, right?
I never said anything like that.
But you told me that if I got a divorce, the ruined bag I received as a wedding gift from my parents wouldn't have meaning anymore, right? That's exactly what you said to me, right?
That was a joke, Chloe. I never actually thought you'd take my joke that seriously.
If I don't come back soon, you're going to get kicked out of that house, right? Well, I'm really considering getting a divorce now.
Well, don't do that. I'm asking you to please not think about that anymore. Okay?
I already planned to tell my husband that I won't be coming back to him anymore. And once I'm back at my parents' house, I'll let my dad know what happened. And then, what I told you will happen will very much happen to your dad's company.
Why don't you just stop and think about this? Please. What should I do about my family? They are all going to your parents' house right now, right?
I can see that you didn't come along. You ended up running away right before the rest of your family came. All your family showed up at my parents' place, and their faces were all ghostly white. And they all began to apologize to my family for what had happened.
I had to run from them. They were all seething at their teeth when I told them you wouldn't come back. They told me that I'd never see the light of day ever again. What have you said to all of them?
They are all talking about who will take responsibility for your actions and who will face the consequences in the end.
Everyone is pissed at me, right?
They really are. A little bit ago, we were all talking to each other, but right now, your father and mine are in my father's office having their talks.
Talking about your dad investing in my dad's company. Have they come to any conclusions yet?
Both of our fathers are business owners. They don't want to make each other look bad for something that has nothing to really do with their companies.
So that means your dad will continue to invest in my dad's company? Thank God.
After all, our fathers are very respectable and understand that they have to be responsible for one another's image as well. They made sure to talk about what could happen if my father pulled out of your dad's company. And that's where they drew a line.
Drew a line?
My father said that you'd be the one to take full responsibility for what consequences there are in the end. And he made it very clear to your father that as long as you're in the family, he cannot trust me with your father. That's what he said. And the line is crossed unless you are taken out of the family.
He wants me to be the one responsible for everything?
Well, what happened this time is all due to how you acted, correct? So there's nobody besides you that should be responsible for the situation, right? If your father was to take responsibility for you, then his company would go under. And then at that point, you'd go down with the rest of your family, right?
What is going to happen to me? Are they really planning to kick me out of the family? I've never had to live on my own before, though.
Well then, that's unfortunate for you, Meg.
You don't give a crap about me, do you?
I did at one point care about you, so you saying that hurts. But you happen to be the one to start all of this, so there's no hope for you anymore. Know this. Kicking you out of the family isn't the end of things for you.
What do you mean?
For as long as you've been in that house, you have been living off of your parents' money, right? And because of that, you haven't had to work a day in your life, yet you get to have everything you desire. Well, I'm sorry to say this, but that money is no longer going to be coming to you.
I have to make my own money now? That can't be. Why would they do something so heartless to me?
Meg, being an adult means that you have to make the money you need to live a life on your own. And in that case, you're well past the age of 18.
Well, I am not like all you other adults. I should be allowed to get money from them forever.
And right now, your parents are aware that they failed you by being so kind and spoiling you. And to everyone around you, they all know that you have been spoiled far too much. Maybe you should think of this as the perfect time to experience what life's like outside the comfort of your parents' home.
But you're in the same boat as me, right? Your dad has a company of his own and has been making a lot of money to support you all. So shouldn't you have been just as spoiled as I am? You can't tell me that I need to become an adult when you rely on your parents to live as well.
You think I'm the same as you? I have no idea what you mean by that, Meg. Can you explain to me in a bit more detail about what you're saying?
I'm saying that because your family has a lot of money like mine. You have been spoiled as well, right?
But even if that were to be the case, I've proved to everyone already that I have the ability to provide for myself without their money. I'm working a job and I make sure to support myself without any worries. And even if I lost my current job, I have been investing in stocks, so I can rely on that income for a little while. In the day I turned into an adult, I don't have any memory of getting money from my parents.
But your dad spoils you still, right?
Of course it's because of both of my parents that I was able to have a safe start in life and made it this far. But I have never had the thought in my mind that I'd ever use any of their money to live my life. To make sure that I'd be able to support myself, I put all my effort into studying and finding a good career. In your case, have you put any effort into something that you use to support yourself?
Are you trying to say that you and I aren't the same?
Well, I don't mean to be outright with it, but I am a far better adult than you.
I knew all along that you're the worst. You have no heart and act like a witch.
I don't think you and I will be meeting anymore after this. So like two complete strangers, all I can say is I wish you luck on your own. After that, Meg took any money she had left with her and was kicked out of the house. She was also told by everyone that she was no longer allowed to talk to any of them and that they were disowning her for good.
Of course, she was not able to handle that news well, but her father happened to have security around his property at all times, and they were there to assist in walking her off of the property. Now, if she's not able to find a job while living off whatever money she has left, she is not going to be able to make it in this world. People always say that in one's most desperate time, they will show everyone who they really are as a person. And so I feel this is all on her and her character now to show those around her whether she really has the strength to come back from the dead or be lost forever. As for the line that was drawn by my father, Meg's family and mine are going to move on from this like nothing ever happened, and without a single mention of Meg ever again. My in-laws do not seem to be hurt by the loss of their daughter, and my father and father-in-law are still in a strong relationship. I don't think my father was ever going to actually pull out from investing in my in-laws. I think he was just trying to make sure that Meg was never around our families ever again, and I'm happy for that. After a week of taking time to recover with my husband, him and I went back to his parents again to have another gathering, and I must say it's a lot nicer to be there when Meg isn't constantly trying to get rid of me. But of course, I won't tell anyone that I'm happy she's gone forever. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Hey, Megan. How are things on your end? Your folks treating you good?
Yeah, all fine here. What about you, Tucker? You're doing all the housework on your own now, right? I know there's a first time for everything, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a tad worried.
Oh, so you do know how much I suck at housework then. I'm pleased. I got my mom to come clean the place. So it's pretty much the same as it was when you left.
You're relying on your mom again? Come on, Tucker. You're gonna have to start doing things for yourself eventually. She isn't gonna be fit and healthy enough to clean up after you forever, you know? You never help me out when I'm around either. I get you might not be as good at doing housework as me, but are you sure you're not using that as an excuse to get out of doing it? I mean, it's really not that hard. It's not easy running a household while being pregnant, you know?
You think I don't have a business of my own to take care of? I have a job myself, you know? I'm too busy to help out, and can't be helped. Anyway, how's our little one been lately? He's still kicking you all the time? He'll be set to give birth soon, right?
Really sly, Tucker. Impressive. Don't think I don't notice when you change the subject like that. I've never known anyone who avoids things they don't want to discuss as much as you do. If there was a contest for it, you'd win first prize. I really wish you wouldn't do that.
Sorry. Anyway, how is he? You are taking good care of our boy, right?
The doctors at the hospital said he's doing great. Apparently, we'll be able to go ahead with the birth as planned as long as I keep resting up like they advised me to.
I see. That's great news. I haven't been able to see you since you went back to your mom and dad's place. I'm really relieved to hear that.
I'm glad you're relieved. But you're going to be a dad soon, Tucker. You do realize that, right? How are you going to keep up with the responsibilities of having a little boy if you can't even watch the house without relying on your mom to clean up after you? I won't be able to do things at my usual pace after the birth, you know. If you're going to be a parent, at the very least, you need to fulfill your bare minimum of responsibilities as a dad.
Yeah, well, about that. I'm doing my part by putting money into the bank and food on the table, right? Anyway, am I really gonna be a dad soon? I can't believe it. My mom's gonna be over the moon.
I hope she is.
What's that supposed to mean? Why'd you always get so lukewarm whenever we talked about my mom?
Let's face it, Tucker, your mom's hardly my #1 fan, is she? She complains at me every time she stops by the house. Part of me wonders whether she'll ever truly be happy for us.
This is her grandson. Her own flesh and blood we're talking about here. Of course she'll be happy. That said, it's not like I can't see where she's coming from. Her housewife skills do kind of suck, you know?
Hey, this isn't the time for joking around. Your mom stops by the house all the time. But I feel uncomfortable whenever she's around because of her pointed comments and snide remarks. I can't help but have my guard up with her.
Jeez, don't be so hard on her. It's not like she does it out of malice or ill will. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Did you think about that little thing we discussed yet?
What thing?
I mentioned it before, right? About my mom moving in with us. Our lives are about to be turned upside down when our son's born, right? We could do with the extra pair of hands. I don't think it's a bad idea at all.
This again, Tucker? Really? How many times do I have to say no before you'll respect my opinion? I'm sorry, I know she's your mom, and I can tell you're really eager about the idea, but I just can't live in the same house as her.
But why?
Did you listen to a word I said just now? I'd never be able to relax again if she lived with us.
Jeez, is that seriously the only reason you keep saying no? Don't you think you're being a little too selfish on this one?
You're trying to force me to do something I clearly don't want to do just to lighten your own burden once our son's born. Which of us is being selfish, really? Your mom has no qualms about bossing me around despite the fact I'm heavily pregnant. Do you really think she'll let up once I'm recovering after the birth? Why am I even saying this? You already know.
Bossing you around? Why'd you have to make her sound like such a tyrant? She ain't that bad. All she does is ask you for favors every now and then.
Well, from where I'm standing, it feels like being bossed around. What's worse, I can see you watching from the sidelines and snickering to yourself whenever she does it. You can't seriously think I'd be okay with her moving in with us when she treats me like that.
What? Is there nothing I can say to change your mind on this?
Why does it have to be so soon? I don't see the harm in waiting until everything's settled down with our son after the birth. This is happening, Tucker, and soon. We're not going to have the time to deal with your mom on top of everything else.
Admit it. You just don't want to have to put up with being told off every now and then, do you? I mean, seriously. You almost make it sound like she's in the wrong. I just can't accept that as an answer when there would be so many benefits to having her around.
If that's what you think, then that's fine by me. But I'm simply not ready to have your mom move in with us so soon, and that's my final word on it. If you actually started doing things around the house by helping me out with the housework and things, I'd probably change my mind.
You're always so quick to point the finger. You think that's fair?
It's the truth. Listen to me, the bottom line here is that I'm opposed to your mom moving in with us. My mom's calling me, I gotta go. Speak tomorrow. Night, Tucker. Tucker, are you at home right now?
No, just got off from work. I'm on the train. What's wrong? Did something happen?
No, I just need to ask you something. Did you let your mom move in with us without saying anything to me?
What makes you think that?
It was around midday today. I asked my mom to go pick up some bits from the house for me. You were at work then, right? So there shouldn't have been anyone home. But my mom said she saw your mom coming out of the house.
Oh, that's nothing. I already told you, remember? About how she's been stopping by to help out with the housework while you're away at your folks. That's all.
Then why did your mom tell mine she moved in with us? Explain yourself.
Cat out of the bag already. Well, ideally, she was supposed to keep quiet about all this till you came home. Guess she just couldn't resist.
Wow. So you really did invite her to live with us. I can't believe you do this to me, Tucker. Does what I want mean absolutely nothing to you? I told you countless times I don't want to live with her. Why would you go and do this behind my back?
What choice did I have? Whenever I tried bringing it up, you were vehemently against it. I figured you wouldn't be able to complain if I moved her in secret while you were away at your parents' place.
You were so desperate to get your own way that you lied to me? What the hell is with you? I can't believe you did this.
But still, we're where we are now, so it can't be helped. It's just like that wise man once said. There's no use crying over spilled milk, right, babe? Right? Besides, my mom had been stopping by pretty much every day to do the housework while you were away. For all intents and purposes, she already lived with us. It's just more formal now. So, quit your complaining.
That's not the point. And who do you think you are talking to me like that? That's supposed to be our marital home. Why would you let your mom move in with us despite me making it abundantly clear that I hated the idea?
Sure, it might technically be our marital home, but who's the one paying the rent? Here's a hint. It's me. Plus, my mom was really eager about the whole thing. She was asking me if you'd changed your mind like 5 times a day, and to be honest, I kinda got bored of it. Sure, you did nothing but stubbornly refuse, but that doesn't change the fact I was the one who had to deal with my phone constantly buzzing. So yeah, we did have to use some mildly coercive measures and a sprinkle of deception to push it through, so shoot me. You do realize you left us no choice, right?
No choice? Oh, you had a choice, Tucker. Do you have any idea how much of an impact this is going to have on our lives from here on out? You had no right to decide something like this on your own. This isn't how being married works.
I can't believe this is the attitude you get with me after I so kindly entertained your selfishness and let you move back in with mommy and daddy for the birth. You think you get to take advantage of my kindness while ignoring my policy for what's best for the family? Your selfishness knows no bounds. Man, I'm sick of this crap.
Why do you think I wanted to go back to my folks' place in the first place? Like I told you before, I was doing all of the housework while heavily pregnant every single day. I even had to tolerate your mom's bullshit on the weekends. Anyone in their right mind would want to move in with their parents in that situation.
Why not just say what you're really thinking? Go on, you're accusing me of not helping you, ain't you? Let's hear the truth, Megan. God, you're always so quick to point the finger at me. You really grind my gears sometimes, woman. There's no talking to you.
How about trying to improve for once instead of attacking me at every opportunity? Do you know how it feels to be this pregnant? I was running the entire household while being barely able to move and putting up with intermittent bouts of morning sickness. But in spite of that, the pair of you had absolutely no issue with treating me like your live-in slave. Is it any wonder I don't want her to move in with us?
That's it. I've had it with you. You know, Megan, I've wanted to call you out on your bullshit for a long time now. But you think you're so goddamn special just because you're carrying a baby in your belly, don't you?
What? What's that supposed to mean?
Well, I'm pregnant so I can't do housework. Wow, your mom is mean to me and I don't like talking to her. Wow. I don't want to live with her because she's mean. God, it's like being married to a big freaking baby. I wanted to say this for ages now, but you think being pregnant gives you the right to boss everyone around, don't you? You forgetting who puts a roof over your head? Who puts the food on the table? Not for me, you wouldn't be able to live. Do not bite the hand that feeds you, woman.
Oh my God. Is this what you really think of me?
Duh. Of course it is. You're a stay-at-home housewife. Do you even know what that means? You wouldn't even be able to eat if not for me. And yet you can't even get in line. Do what I say.
Wow. I guess I'm finally seeing your true colors. I had no idea you were like this.
Right back at you. Didn't know you were so selfish. God damn it, woman. This conversation is starting to piss me off now. You know what? If the idea of living with my mom is so unbearable for you, how about we get a divorce?
Whoa, what the hell? So you invite your mom to live with us behind my back and then threaten to divorce because I'm upset about it? You're unreal. I'll be giving birth to our son soon, for crying out loud. We're gonna be parents soon, Tucker. How can you so casually suggest divorce like that?
It's your fault for not doing as I say. If you don't like it, then get in line. Besides, the only one who would suffer if we divorced is you. I don't care either way.
You changed when I got pregnant, Tucker. You wouldn't even joke about things like this before. Even with your mom, you didn't seem to be that concerned about her when we first met. But now you're inseparable for some reason. What gives?
She said something to me that stuck. If you're going to be a father, then you can't let that wife of yours walk all over you. I did nothing but compromise until he got pregnant. When my mom said that to me, I stopped and I thought, well, then I realized, why do I let you walk all over me? That's when I decided, time to change.
Right. So basically, what your mom tells you is more important than your own wife? Is that how things are always going to be between us?
Not necessarily always, but of course I'm going to prioritize her sometimes. She's my mom, for crying out loud. Go on, I'm waiting. This is where you start giving me crap again, isn't it? Just know that if you carry on with your incessant whining, you're going to get divorced. If that's what you want, then go ahead.
This is pointless. I need some time to get my thoughts together. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, but make it quick. It's not like you have a right to choose or any say in the decisions we make, but if thinking on it for a little while is going to make you happy, then knock yourself out. Think to your heart's content, sweet cheeks.
I will.
Megan, it's been a week since you gave birth now, right? You gonna hurry up and come home soon? My mom wants to meet her grandson already.
My daughter and grandson are gone. I'm terribly sorry to have to tell you this, but I need you to let your mother know she'll never meet her grandson.
Oh, well, wait. What? Your daughter and grandson? What are you talking about? Wait, is that Megan's mom? Beatrice?
Yes, it is. Thank you for all you've done for my daughter, but those are the circumstances.
Wait a sec. Those are the circumstances? You gotta be joking. Megan and my son are gone?
How you interpret that is entirely up to you. But the fact of the matter is that Megan and her son are gone, which means they'll never be coming home to you.
No, seriously, I've got no idea what you're talking about. She only just gave birth. I was there. I met my son, Billy. They were both totally fine when I saw them a week ago.
They were both involved in an accident immediately after being discharged from the hospital. I got the impression Megan had been awfully stressed out lately. I think that must have been what caused it.
Stress? Wait, assuming she got into an accident because she was stressed? With my newborn son?
She went out with Billy and never came back. I can only assume it happened because she was distracted by worry and hadn't been paying attention to her surroundings.
I see. Okay. I think I understand the situation now. But still, why didn't you get in touch with me immediately when she didn't come back? This is my wife and son we're talking about here.
This isn't a discussion I wanted to have with you, but the accident was your fault. As Megan's mother, I'll never forgive you for what you did to her. That's why I didn't get in touch.
My fault? What the heck's that supposed to mean?
You let your mother move into your house without Megan's permission. She was perpetually stressed and anxious because of you. You messed with her head so much that she could barely focus on what was going on around her. You made her so scatterbrained that she got into an accident. Do you understand the gravity of what you've done now?
No way. Can't be. All I wanted was to live with my mom. I never meant to send Megan over the edge.
You can drop the act before you waste any more energy trying to feed me your pack of lies. I heard all about you and your mother from Megan. The both of you treated my heavily pregnant daughter like your live-in slave and drove her to the depths of despair. That's why she didn't want your mother to move in with you. You completely ignored my daughter's feelings time and time again.
But I explained the circumstances behind my mom moving to Megan herself. Sure, I guess she wasn't overly eager about the idea, but I had no idea it'd cause her so much worry.
You've got some nerve, boy. You threatened to divorce her if she didn't shut up and do exactly as you told her. It was hard enough for her without your mother living with you, just with her occasional visits, let alone being under the same roof as her 24/7. You can't seriously be claiming you didn't think that would stress her out.
Sure, I guess it kind of makes sense when you put it out like that.
Let me guess, you didn't think she'd actually divorce you, did you? You thought you had her so completely and utterly dependent on you that she'd have no choice but to subserviently obey everything you told her to do. What with the timing of the birth, you probably saw her as a helpless plaything in the palm of your hand. It's only natural that divorce would be difficult for a woman in her situation after all.
No, I didn't think that, not even for a second, no way.
Actions speak louder than words, boy. The fact that you thought you could get away with such an extreme act of betrayal tells me all I need to know about what you really think of my daughter. Well, stop and take a look at the consequences of your cowardly plan. It's time to accept the reality of what you've done. I think it's time you reevaluated your relationship with your mother. Goodbye.
Megan, I'm so sorry. I know this doesn't make up for anything, but I told my mom I never want to see her again. I at least wanted to go to your funeral. God damn it. I'm sorry for being such a piece of crap, husband. I failed you, baby.
My funeral? What are you talking about? I'm doing totally fine.
Huh? Megan? How are you replying to me?
I'm not sure how to answer that. I got some weird messages all of a sudden, so I'm replying. That's all. Anyway, what are you talking about? My funeral? When was that?
But your mom told me you and our son were dead.
I know what she said. I saw the chat logs. But she never said we were dead, did she? She just said we were gone. She definitely didn't mention anything about a funeral.
Huh? What else was I gonna think? Plus, she said you guys were in an accident. Are you okay?
Jeez, don't be so dramatic. We just got into a little bump with another car while I was out driving, that's all. Don't get me wrong, it was a shock, and there is a little dent in the bumper, but I'm not injured at all. I didn't even go to the hospital. Wow, it looks like my mom had you terrified.
Yes, this is your mom's fault. She made it sound like you got into an accident and died. Why would she lie to me like that?
But my mom didn't lie at all. Sure, her choice of wording might have been confusing, but she didn't lie.
She didn't? But she said you were never coming home. Oh my god, I told my mom I never wanted to see her again based on a frickin' lie. What the hell? How does what she did not constitute lying?
Like I said, it was just a light bump, so neither of us are injured at all. But we were actually in an accident.
Yeah, you just told me that. But no matter what you say, she 100% categorically, beyond any shadow of a doubt, lied to me. She told me you guys are never coming home.
Yep, it's true. Why would I? I have no intention of living with you.
Huh? What are you talking about?
When she said we were gone, she meant that I was gone from your life. Insofar as being your wife and son, we are gone, and we're never coming back. So as long as I have no intention of coming back to live with you in that house, we're gone. Therefore, the use of the word gone was totally appropriate on my mom's part. Do you understand now?
She shouldn't play with words like that. But why? You still haven't told me why. What on earth would possess you to do something so drastic?
Didn't you just answer your own question? Because you misinterpreted my mom's messages and broke off ties with your mom. It was to make you do that.
What? I don't understand what's happening here at all. Why would you want to trick me into breaking ties with my mom?
Because you neglected me and your son, and used the fact that I was pregnant as leverage to prioritize your mom, who hates me, over our marriage. Thinking that I'd have no choice but to shut up and tolerate whatever you did to me. Do you really think my mom would forgive a lowlife like you?
Wait, so the whole thing was a plot to take revenge on me?
Bingo! And you fell for it hook, line, and sinker.
This is not a laughing matter. How'd you plan on making this right? My mom genuinely thinks that you and our son are dead.
That's great. It's better for us if she carries on thinking that. She was spamming me with hateful messages after the divorce, too. To be honest, I am absolutely sick of her.
Wait, what? The divorce? You serious? After all I've done for you? Is everything I've done for this marriage still not enough for you?
How many times do I have to tell you we're never coming home? And what do you mean after all you've done for me?
I just cut off ties with my own frickin' mother for you. Surely that's enough to make things right between us.
You mean the slave-driving mother you invited into our home against my wishes? You mean acting like a shameless lowlife who wouldn't even help me with the simple things around the house while I was heavily pregnant? What planet are you on? How could you even think it's possible to make things right after everything you've put me through? You really think telling your mom to get lost makes this right?
I guess, well, that depends on how you look at it.
Well, from where I'm standing, it doesn't make it right, and nothing ever could. That's why, on top of the divorce, you'll also be paying me child support until Billy's an adult. I take it you have no problems with that?
Give me a break. I have nothing but problems with it.
And who's the one who forced me to put you in this situation? You only have yourself to blame. I did tell you, didn't I? That if you were going to become a parent, you needed to fulfill your bare minimum of responsibilities as a dad. Well, it's finally time to step up and pay child support. After that, Tucker and I got a divorce, and the whole thing went by without a hitch. Based on the fact that Billy had just been born, neither of us yet had any experience with childcare. However, me being his mom and having access to the strong support network of my amazing mom and dad, and being able to live with them at their house worked heavily in my favor, which meant I ended up winning full custody of our son. Of course, my domineering ex-husband is still paying me child support. I heard that Tucker showed up in floods of tears on his mom's doorstep after the divorce, explaining why he did what he did and apologizing profusely. Apparently, they ended up patching things up. To be honest, I had a feeling that was how it was going to end all along. So the little stunt me and my mom pulled was only ever for amusement, but I tell ya, it sure was satisfying. I feel so grateful that I was able to get myself out of that situation. I can only imagine what a living hell my life would be if I didn't divorce. Stuck under the same roof as my controlling husband and the wicked stepmother from hell. Hearing about how Tucker made up with his mom actually reminded me of how fortunate I am. So I can't say I'm bothered by the fact that she forgave him. As for Billy and I, we're currently living with my parents at their house, and we're having a blast. I have no idea what kind of impact not having a dad might have on him as he grows up. But even still, I don't regret the divorce one bit. Not having a dad just means I'll have to love him enough for two.